Yo.
Hey, welcome to the new meta, episode 177.
77777. Baby.
Wait, do I have the wrong schedule or we just didn't put a 7?
Yeah, it's
there we go, fixed
177.
it. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Hi, so how you been, man?
Doing good.
Doing good?
Duper good. You know,
I was curious how, wait, your nameplate is wrong under your portrait
What do you mean?
today.
What do you mean?
It's missing the 6.
Oh, okay. That's neat.
It's missing, where's the...
You've been
where's the
practicing
6?
these jokes or like...
No, they're just coming natural. It's just so fun though. It's gonna be at least this episode, maybe many more. I don't know until I get tired of it, which I probably never will. So
Cool.
episode 177, man. A lot's happened since the last episode.
Yeah.
We had the season launch.
We did.
We had WoW news. Oh my goodness. We had what else do we have?
We got a teaser today for Path of Exile.
Yeah, they did that. When did they announce the reveal date yet? I think they did, didn't they?
The May 5th.
May 5th. There you go.
We'll dive into that.
Cool. So yeah, we got juice. We got stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So anything new that you want to tell? You want to tell anybody about? Is there things that we want to talk about? Or are we still not?
No. We'll just say maybe next week. It'll be for our prepaid pay to win boys. They get a no.
Prepaid pay to win boys have a sneak peek. So I'll have to make sure I get that one up there soon. So you guys can hear stuff.
But no podcast next week.
Okay.
Where
are you going?
I'm gonna go Chicago.
Chicago? That's not too far from me. What are you doing in Chicago?
Honestly, like this is one of the great things about being someone that travels a lot is just like I a buddy of mine who I used to work with at Geek Squad like forever ago, like
damn,
yeah, like 15 plus years ago.
Is that still around? Do they still have Geek Squad?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And and so like we were buddies, and we both moved on, obviously, and he DJs now, and like we're still follow each other on like Instagram stuff, and I've been following some of his stuff, and like the last show he did was like actually really cool, and he was like good. I was like, hey dude, like whenever you're doing like your next big show, like let me know. I actually would like maybe come check it out. He's like, it's actually like next weekend here in Chicago, and it's gonna be like my biggest one yet. So I know it's short notice, but I was like, hey, I'm all
you got some backstage hookups, like he's giving you the juice, huh?
Give me the juice, and I found a flight for like nothing, and got a place to stay. So like, why not?
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Last minute flights cheap now or what?
Not really, because the gas prices, but
that's what I
had some credits, so it ended up costing me like $54 or something.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah,
pretty cheap. So cool. So no pod next week.
No pod next
Easy.
Week. And follow me on Instagram to follow the trip.
Shameless plug. Let's talk about the D3 season launch. Let's just get right into it. No, actually, we have a poll. Yeah. We'll go to the poll first before I get to enjoy my moments.
Okay. New meta podcast question of last week. What class are you starting in Diablo 3 season 26? Monk DH, Wizard, Witch, Doctor, Necro, Crusader, Barb. And coming in at 6% of the vote, no surprise here, Monk DH. I assume like 60 or 59% of those are fucking monks. Everyone's playing Monk this season.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane.
Which is weird. Why? What are they doing that for?
Because they're really good, I guess. Yeah. 28% of the vote says Crusader Barb, and only 11.1% of the vote between 3 classes, Witch, Doctor, Necro, Wizard.
What? It's because it's a joke. Necros are kind of a joke.
Necros are the best class in the game.
Yeah, it was. It doesn't surprise me. I didn't think that Monk was going to be that popular of a choice, but apparently it is. Lots of it. I looked at leaderboards the opening weekend. I haven't logged back in since opening weekend. I might play a little this weekend though.
Okay.
But opening weekend, Necro or Monk had like 3 times just from leaderboard clears, because there surprisingly somehow wasn't even 1,000 clears on leaderboards by the end of the weekend. And Monk was rocking and rolling. Like they were full up. So
yeah, this was the first season where, I mean, it's usually what happens is like I get rank 1 with my 70 clear, but then like other people are doing their 70 clears, and then I actually have to push at the end of the night. But we got to the end of the night, and I was still like 20 GRs up with my 70 clear. So I was like, well,
yeah,
peace, I guess.
yeah,
no one's even close.
It was weird, man. I think I don't have insights to any numbers. I wish I did. I feel like this season had a lower turnout than other seasons. And the only my reason for saying that is purely based on the leaderboards and the competition on the leaderboards at the end of the night. Because usually what we do is we start the season at 7 p.m. is when it drops for us in Central Time.
Yep.
And then usually around 6 or 7 a.m., 12 hours later, is when I'm starting to think, okay, the sun's come up, I should probably go to bed. And so I'll start looking and okay, how high do I have to push to get rank 1? And like, it wasn't that high this time. There was a lot less competition, a lot less people on the board. So I don't know. It was, and I looked at leaderboards, like to get on the Necro leaderboard, you just had to do a clear. It wasn't like in hardcore, there was less than
there's a GR1 on the leaderboard like that. I can't remember last time that happened.
Yeah, and it was like, I think at the time it was like 100 people or something on night 1. I was like, only 100 hardcore Necro players, only 100. That's insane to me. That blows my mind. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I just wonder if the turnout was lower for this season. Per usual, the season was fun. Like the season launch is always amazing. Like kind of going into it, my hype has gone down. Like leading up to it, I'm like, oh, season this week. Yeah, okay, that's cool, I guess. But as soon as we start banging it out, it's like, yeah, this is a good time, man. I remember why I like this so much. I had a good time. So let's talk about the season start. Let's talk about.
We got a poll for next week. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
New Meta Best question of the week. What do you think of the new seasonal theme in Diablo 3? So now that you guys have been able to play with it for a week, what are your thoughts? Option 1, poggers. Option 2, meh. Option 3, dog shit is. Put that in chat.
So,
talk to me. What's up?
We jumped in.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation. We were like, do we want to go hardcore or do we want to go softcore?
Yeah.
We're literally last minute, 10 minutes until the season goes live.
Because we had one guy that was like, I don't want to go hardcore.
The two guys on the team that were with us, it was me and you, and then it was 2 of my community members, Jimmy and Medic, and they were both like, we kind of would rather go softcore, but we'll do whatever you guys want. And so I'm kind of neutral. I don't really care too much. And Fluff was like, nope, hardcore.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So hardcore it was.
Yep.
How long did Fluff number 1 make it?
He made it to level 37, 38.
Yeah. Okay.
So, full story. Okay. I was 37, 38, and I'm like, I'm banging us out because I'm like, Necro's really strong. At first.
The comp setup that monks don't carry until 20, till they get water LA. 27, 28, something like that. So Necro definitely puts in work. And then once we get that water LA, then it's like, okay, monks can carry.
And I was like blasting through. I was like finding the most, things. We were doing the stupid.
Okay. Let me say one thing before we get into it.
Okay.
If somebody puts a compilation of all of Fluff's deaths from the season, the VODs are still there. There's my VOD and Fluff's. If somebody takes the time and puts a compilation together, I will feature it on the next New Meta episode. Wow. We will play it.
Wow.
I will tweet it. I will make it my background. I will do some good stuff with it. It'll be a good time. Okay, just throwing that out there. All right, go ahead.
But we're like, I don't know, an hour deep maybe into the season, like level 37, 38 maybe. And I got hosted and I turned my head away from the screen. And I was like, oh, thanks for the host, dude. And sure enough, turned back and I'm super dead, which was really weird because at that point I had really not spiked at all.
No, it happened so fast too because we're just chilling and you're like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And I didn't even see it. I was like, no, you're not. And I look over, and sure enough, you were ripped.
Yeah.
So.
And then so Fluff 2 was created. I immediately joined the game and I ported to, I think you. And
I think Jimmy's like safe on me, and Fluff's like okay, and then ports to me.
No, that was number 3.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Number 2, I just immediately created, joined the game, ported to you guys, and then instantly died. And then 3 was, I was like, I created a dude, and I got to like level, I think 11, like 11, yeah. And there was I needed a blood shark. No, I needed a gem goblin. And he's like, hey, I got a gem goblin. So I joined him. Or I joined the game, and there was 2 people in the game, and he's like, port to me, and I, for some reason, went to the wrong guy.
And you went to me, and I was safe. Like, it was all death on me.
Yeah.
So yeah, he died again.
He died, okay. and then
Fluff 4.
Fluff 4. What was Fluff 4's story?
We don't even remember. There was so many, we just can't.
Fluff 5 was you guys were like, fuck it. We're going to start doing the seasonal journey so we can get our sets. I was like, okay.
No. Was Fluff 4 the one at 69?
What? Was there one at 69?
Oh, yeah. There was one where you died at 69. That was the one where you were salty AF.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember?
Yeah, because I was like, finally, I was juicing again, right? And I was carrying hard. I was carrying so fucking hard. And like I got way ahead, and some fucking reason you guys are all the way at the back of the zone star, all 3 of you.
Okay, so hold on. This is a clip that I almost clipped. I almost clipped this for this pod because you had juice. Like we didn't have. Like we had gone up in torment, and so like
everyone
we had our
their
70.
Weapon, but for some reason you guys weren't doing any.
We had our
damage.
70 weapons, but we had gone from level 60 all the way up to 69. And at level 69, that 70 weapon wasn't carrying anymore. And we're on torment like 3 or 4 or some shit, whatever we were on. And I literally said, I think we should turn it down. And then you immediately responded, like, why would we turn it down? And then you died like 5 seconds after that, you were dead. And you're like, why is no? And I'm like, I can't get to you. I can't move. Like, there's too much shit, and I can't kill anything.
It was the frustrating part of that is that like I went left, and for some fucking reason you guys went right, and you like never.
I was by the entrance. I couldn't even get to you. I was like back. So I was back at the start of that entrance, like fucking trying not to die because there was so much shit, and that's why I'm like, I think we should turn it down. And you're like, nah, I'm not, like, we're good. And then rip. Yeah. And then when you died, I was like, fuck. Like, I don't even know if I can get out of here. Like, I was scared I was going to die too because should not have been on that torment level, But everybody's like afraid to ball. Everybody doesn't want to be that guy that's like, let's turn it down, guys. Everybody's like, peer pressured into playing whatever torment the strongest guy can play. And so, but it was hilarious. I'm like, I think we should turn it down. And you literally like, why would we do that?
That was Fluff 4. And I think Fluff 5 was we were like, fuck it. Like, power leveling sucks because we were like trying to not even T1 power level. It was just like not going fast.
It was not worth
so we're like, fuck it, we'll do season journeys. And I think I got to like 30 again. Mm-hmm. And then we had to fight Belial.
36 or something.
And Belial focused me. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's 3 dudes blasting on it, and I'm just like walking around, and he's like, "I'm gonna give you everything I got."
He's like, "What are you doing here, bitch? I got you." Yeah. Oh man. So 5. There was 5 Fluff rips. PChild 0, Fluff 5. If we should have taken a poll before.
You're also a fucking monk. I don't want to even hear it. Like,
okay. So that's the excuse now. 5 deaths because of necro.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh my god, this guy. It's okay, man.
Monk is like maybe the tankiest class in the game. Cool.
Maybe, I don't know. Witch Doctor's a pretty easy level in hardcore as well. Rough. I feel Crusader's pretty juicy. Crusader can even get 3 cheat deaths, man. So, yeah, so I'm going to need you to put a 6 next to your name for the rest of the pod, sir. Hilarious. Can we just get his Fluff 6 hilarious. On there? No Fluff 6? Okay.
No, we're good. Plus, I don't want to
mess with it was still fun. I mean, listen, my back's still a little sore from all the carrying I did the whole night, but it's I'm going to the chiropractor to get it kind of fixed.
The amazing
up.
part is that, like, I came back 3 times and went to carrying the team 3 times. What a great.
No,
What a great.
I don't know about that.
Yep. Fluff 4 carried, Fluff 1 carried, and then Fluff 6 eventually carried.
Well, Fluff 6 by the end, I mean,
yeah.
we were all chilling at the end. I don't think there was any carry there.
No, it was carry. Hard carry.
Okay. Okay. If that makes you sleep better, but I'll let you have that one because I got Fluff 6 for life now. So but no, it was an interesting season start. Okay, let's rate this. Was this better or worse than last season? For me, I know my answer. For you, I'm curious.
I mean, last season was just a shit show. It was like no one. I mean, like we had that one guy on our team that was like literally just couldn't stop dying, and then like even when we were like finally getting a flow, he just like I don't know, he wasn't gearing towards anything. Like and at no point did that guy contribute. And we did have like Medic had to cut out because he wasn't feeling well, and so that
that was this season.
Yeah,
that's this season,
right? I'm comparing that to this season. So like we only had 3 for most of both seasons, but I think this one was like it was more entertaining probably.
I'm sure people loved watching you die so many times. I have no doubt. Like the more miserable you are, the more your stream is fucking loving it. You know that. Like, and you at Fluff 4, when you died at 69,
Fluff 4 was salty.
You were definitely salty as fuck.
Yeah,
like that's the most salty I've ever seen you. Yeah. Maybe ever in my life. Except for BlizzCon 18, you're salty as fuck at BlizzCon 18 as well. There was a solid couple hours. I'm like, I'm gonna let you go do your thing because you're so salty. I'm just gonna go over here and chill.
Yeah, it was bad.
I don't know, man. I personally had a lot of fun this season.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good time. You dying was absolutely hilarious to me personally.
The Belial death was pretty fucking funny.
we knew what was gonna happen when we went in there. Like we knew you were fucked. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there was no way. I'm surprised that you even clicked yes on that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, the face of Diablo can do some masterful things, but it wasn't in the cards for Fluff 5. He wasn't ready.
Yeah, sometimes you can. Yeah. So
obviously rank 1 by end of the night, no big deal. Even with 5 deaths, we're still the best there ever was. But I saw this post, and it's just like, so this guy does his first 70, gets a primal band of might, literally perfectly rolled.
God rolled, yeah.
Have you ever gotten anything from your first 70 that wasn't absolutely
never? I mean, so I've gotten things for offsets that you'd never use, right? So I've gotten things that weren't complete garbage. Like let's say, let's say like, Rothma's the set for Necro that season. Then I got like a Tragul's piece or something. It's like, well, yeah, you could maybe use it, but you're never going to. Yeah. And I think what I got was, it was during God DH, and I think I got the Impale. I think I got like an Impale weapon or something. And it was like, okay, like it's good, but I'm never gonna use it. So that's the best I ever had. I've had, not so nice people in my community link me their juicy 70 primals. I've seen people get weapons. I've seen people get like, there was one season, when they redid Wizard and they got the primal wizard weapon, and I was like, "Are you serious? Like season over?
Can you imagine the primal
you just won the
weapon
season
that you like? Yeah, imagine if you get a primal weapon and was like perfectly rolled.
Is it cool though? Season. Like, is it because like the rest of the season, what are you really wanting? Like you got
still
your weapon.
Everything else. I don't know.
I know, but it's like you got the biggest ticket item.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like the money maker is already there, so it's like. Are you excited for that? Or are you a little disappointed? Like, does it take some of the enjoyment away from the season? I don't know. I can't decide. How about Blizzard? You give me one next season, and I'll tell you guys.
I think that like it would create a memorable moment, at least for sure. Like you'd be like, "Oh man, I got Tragul's Crowed."
Remember that one season? Yeah,
right out the gate. So and I don't know that I have any seasons where I'm like, "Wow, I can't."
I got a Primal Scythe of the Cycle for Lon Rat Necro. Like this is early seasons, like 13, 14, when it was pretty good, or maybe it was even Rothma, I don't remember, but I got a Primal Scythe of the Cycle, and it was good. I was like, oh shit, and I got it pretty early in the season. I was like, damn, I still remember that. I was like, that's what's up. This is pretty cool.
Right.
So
yeah, another season. I mean, honestly, at this point, if you're playing a full weekend of D3, I think the season's like, I mean, it did pretty good. If you're playing 2 weeks of the season, I would say the seasonal theme was like.
What did you get for yours this season? Do you remember? I'm trying to even remember. I got Lashing Tail kick boots.
I mean, I honestly can't even tell you it was that bad. Like it wasn't even. I don't even think I identified it. You know.
It really just went straight to the shard.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it was something that's just like completely useless. Did you ever get a chance to go into the thingy, the nightmare?
I didn't go into the nightmare, but okay. I did watch people go into the nightmare to see what it's about.
Okay.
I thought about going in Friday night, but I didn't. I didn't want to die in hardcore because I didn't know how the mechanics worked.
Okay.
100%. And so I was like, well, am I going to roll a softcore character and test it first or what? And then, so then I ended up tuning into some streams and I watched some guys do it and I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, it's, I do think it has a good place in the game. I think that as far as the seasonal, and that's a debate that honestly, I think we should have. How do you feel about Blizzard not preventing hardcore characters from dying in it? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, if you die in hardcore, you fucking die. So there's no like forgiveness, and it's just the way it is.
I like it too. I feel that way, but then part of me is like, but the seasonal theme then isn't really. It's not as. I guess you can manipulate it enough. It's not doesn't seem that bad, but it seems like it's not as accessible to hardcore. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I feel like maybe, I don't know. Part of me thinks that they maybe should have prevented hardcore deaths in there. But at the same time, I'm like, you're playing hardcore though, you know?
Right.
Like it's suck it up.
For it, right.
Yep, suck it up. So I don't know how I feel. I'd be interested to see community feedback on that and see what people think. So if you're watching the YouTube video or whatever, just, throw some comments in there and let us know how you feel. So but yeah, it lets you get augments. So you can basically that's what it is. It's just the augment catch up and tons of experience. Like crazy amounts of experience.
Yeah. You can get to 125s for doing 150s. So
yep. So you can get those augment gems are pretty dope. I think that's one of the biggest things that they needed to work on in the game. Because if you think about back when we were augmenting with like 60, 70 gems or maybe even 80 gems, the difference in greater riff requirements that you have to do to augment, like let's just say even a 100 gem versus a 130, that's 30 riffs, right? Or you get 5 per level, right? So assuming you have 100%. So
this goes back to my whole I don't know. Like I don't like getting these automatically. So like, what's the point, right? Like, what's the point of continued grinding? Like, other than literally just Paragon, yeah, you would keep grinding a little bit more than usual because you're trying to augment your gear. I just, it goes back to I just wish there's more stuff to fucking do. And maybe that additional stuff you could also upgrade your gems, but I don't know. I don't like the handout of augments because it just makes your season that much more instantaneously done, in my opinion.
Yeah, the thing with augments, so this will save you, let's just say roughly, if you're doing gems, it'll save you 30 greater rifts, 30 to 50 greater rifts per gem, or not per gem, for 10 pieces of gear. Yeah, I would say somewhere in the 50ish range. So if you're speed running greater rifts to get your gem ups, and let's say you're doing them in 4 minutes each, so 4 times 50. I mean, how much time is that? 4 minutes times 50 rifts. That's a lot of time. Yeah, 400 minutes. That's hours of time that it saves you. I just would augment with lower gems because I'm lazy. I don't want to run that many greater rifts. Now at this point in the season. If I were going to play the entire season, then sure, I'm going to get those gem ups naturally anyways. It does shorten the season, but for me it's changing something that I wasn't going to do because of the monotony. I've done it so many seasons, I'm not going to do it anymore,
I guess. I don't know. For me it's just the people that are going to go all in and get these augments fast are probably the same people that I don't know, would have played out some augments.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, to me it's now I'm doing less by playing more.
I think we need. I agree with that, and I think it goes back to them trying to use assets that they already have in the game, manipulate assets in clever ways to try to give us new end games. I think it's cool. It's an activity, right? It's a new end game activity. We're not just doing greater rifts or whatever. I just think the reward needs, if they could find some way, some dev time, something to get new items, primal dust, or give us some kind of cube that lets us slam an ancient and make it a primal out of this event. Like, make this event drop a thing,
a corruption
that we've never seen ever before, and then
corrupt an item, get an implicit, or destroy it. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? This would be a cool thing.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I do like this mechanic. I think that I'm glad it's in the game for what it is. I think it saves the gap of augments for me personally, man.
I think that's the only reason, though. But if we look at the activity itself, like, it kind of sucks. Like, let's not like candy coat it here. You know, it's like you're basically doing a trial key run from back in the day, and except for now you have 4 pylons. It's just like, it's not fun.
They reuse the same assets as before. Yeah. It doesn't have longevity baked into it. Like, there's nothing that, a year from now we're going to be like, man, I can't wait to go do more of those.
Fine for a seasonal thing, but I would actually be kind of annoyed if this rolled over into the primary game.
So,
just my opinion.
I don't know. Augments are a problem to me. They're not fun.
Augments are a problem because there's not enough fun things to do. If there were fun things to do, augments would be like awesome. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, but fun things to do are end game activities. That's never
but you're gonna be continuing to play because there's more fun end game activities, and so like augments aren't a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It goes back to the root problem is we need more end game activities, though. And that's.
And this isn't it. This is not it.
I never see that happening, right? So,
agreed.
You can't fix it without, though. There's no perfect scenario where they can fix that. So,
dynamic events and greater rifts. That's what needs to happen first.
Events and greater rifts. Yeah. I think the biggest win that they could do, personally, the biggest win the Diablo team could do, is mid-seasonal events.
Like weekend events.
A weekend event, a week event, whatever.
Right.
Mid-seasonal events, not just these seasonal things. Have a weekend of, okay, it's a mini season, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, boom, go. Like, that would, in my opinion, would be fucking crazy.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because bots would be eliminated out of the equation.
Yeah.
Most people could, if they announced it with enough time, the people that really wanted to go hard could schedule vacations, could figure out babysitters, could figure out significant others, like, yo, this is what I'm doing all weekend, go out with the girls, you know what I mean? Or whatever you want to do. And you could just go ham and go fun, go hard, so.
And they did it. They did it once for, what was it, the China release or something? They did like a 24-hour, like whoever's highest GR at the end of it. And
I don't know. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be
and you
really
could
cool.
you could cancel, like, in this format, you could cancel the classes that like the other team picked. So like if people were going up against us, they'd be like, oh, fuck Necro. And like really gimp us.
Yeah. That would suck.
Yeah.
I couldn't have you on my team if they could do that, because they would totally pick Necro.
I was a barb main for forever, so.
So, no, shit. That was like 40 years ago, dude. You can't,
But the barb community loves me so much, so I just stayed.
Yeah. You've got to post that belt,
But in other news, gosh, why is this white?
Oof.
Diablo 2 Resurrected hit over 5 million copies sold.
5 million.
Yeah. Put that in perspective,
Crazy, man.
D3 sold over 30 million.
That's what they say, but that number's been around for a long time. It's probably higher.
I mean,
even
Reaper Souls has sold over 30 million at this point. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I mean, it just goes to show there was
copies did what was that game? What was the other remake that like everyone hated?
Warcraft 3?
Warcraft. What was that one called? Warcraft 3 Remastered or
Reforged,
something?
I think.
Reforged copies sold.
I don't think Blizzard would announce. I'm surprised. How did we get these numbers? Because I don't think Blizzard tells these things.
4.5 million. Over
not bad.
4.5 million. So I mean,
Diablo. If you go look at
the flop versus like a pretty massive success, I don't know. I guess I'm surprised.
People had a lot of complaints on D2R when it dropped.
Did they? No.
Yeah, they complain about the servers. They complain about the queue times.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like normal launch bullshit. I don't know.
Normal launch shit. So I do agree it was a success though. I don't want to say it wasn't a success, but
right.
I think people have since calmed down. But at launch, I think there were a lot of people that were super pissed off about queue times and characters disappearing and shit like that. So.
But yeah, I thought that was worth
new
mentioning.
ladder hits, by the way.
Yeah. When is the new?
When does it hit? Is it Monday?
D2R 2.4
I should know this.
ladder.
I don't. I'm sorry.
I mean, we talked about it last week, but
yeah. March 24th. It starts on a Sunday, actually.
There it is. On a Sunday. That's kind of weird.
It started. Oh no, wait.
No, that's when
March
the patch
24th
was.
already happened.
That's when the patch was.
Yeah.
The ladder will fall on the 28th.
28th. Okay, there it is.
The next Thursday.
2.4 is going to release on April the 14th, so that's already out, and then the ladder hits on the 28th. So
I thought Thursday's kind of also weird. I don't know. You'd have to like take Friday off if you wanted to like compete.
I guess so. How long does it? But yeah, did they say how long it's going to last yet? I don't think they did.
I think it goes until. I would think it would go until the next ladder reset.
Mm-hmm.
So
but is it going to be 3-month cadence? Did they ever
I don't know that they did
cadences?
confirm, but I mean, if we look at launch until now, I don't know. I don't even know how many months that's been, right?
Blast that EXP, boys. You know.
I mean, honestly, like the people that love this are having the time of their life. Like, I could not be happier for the people that love Diablo 2 and like wanted this game forever. Like the Mr. Llamas out there. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm with them.
And then so Path of Exile, this is Poggers, has come out with kind of like a expansion name reveal, and they show us some like some footage here.
Art.
So it's called Sentinel, and so like the first screenshot, it looks like some dudes in the middle of the screen, and it looks like X-Men? This is the character, and he's got some kind of like, it almost looks like the librarian from Halo, like a little thing that's floating, and he's like shooting a beam at these like special mobs. And it's pause and freeze frame, so we can't really see what they're doing. And same with this one. It seems like this is the character.
Are they trying to showcase like lighting effects? Did they add new lighting effects or something? Because
they did actually. I think yesterday they patched the game, and like they're now DirectX 12, and the Vulkan renderer is no longer in beta. It's like live.
Oh, nice.
So graphical improvements there for sure. This one is not shooting beams, but he's like marked all the enemies. It's almost like they're cursed. So it seems to be revolving around this little pet floaty thing. I'd assume he's on your side.
Yeah, which is your Sentinel. Looks like there's another Sentinel, blue beam and everything.
You just kill it, right. So it's called Sentinel. So I mean that makes sense.
And
I'm curious.
Interesting.
If you power this guy up, or is this going to be like? I wonder if it's going to be like when you would corrupt items in the corruption season, where you like just maybe he just like gets XP from sucking, you know?
Yeah, I like XP from sucking.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't know. It could be it could also be like you hit a totem and the Sentinel comes out, got to kill a bunch of shit. I don't know, like lame style. So hopefully they do it good.
I don't know. On the surface, it looks like it just can't be that. It just doesn't look like it's like a click kill league, which I'm all about. I think the best leagues are the ones that are not click kill. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Obviously, I think this season was awesome. I think going right into the next kind of topic within Path of Exile, like a lot of people are like kind of begging for them not to really mess with the Atlas skill tree too much because people are like actually loving it. And I agree with what he's saying here. Like, if you want to run Blight, spec your Atlas skill tree for Blight. If you want to run, whatever you want, spec for it. And you can change it at any time. So you could be like, okay, well, I think I've capped everything I can get out of Legion. So now let's move on to something else. And I definitely did that. And I only played for like the first 3 weeks. But I was like, I went into Betrayal first and like got all my Betrayal stuff done as fast as I could. And as soon as I felt like I was comfortable there, I switched to Legion. And yeah. And so, I mean, I loved it. I thought the season was great. I actually enjoyed the seasonal theme as well. And I know a lot of other people didn't necessarily love it, but I did like it. So, I mean, as long as the Atlas skill tree stays like awesome and like these bosses are still fairly new, and if this next league theme is like awesome, I think it'll be a really addicting league again. but I guess we'll see.
Yep.
The league, I think, here's the thing is, Ritual is obviously, to me, still the best ever in the history of Path of Exile. And the only reason the league following Ritual wasn't good is because they nerfed the absolute shit out of Harvest. So right. I assume I don't think that they'll nerf the Atlas skill tree, but I don't really know. But
if they did, then
yeah, then we might see a repeat of like, oh, okay, well, people are less excited, but as long as it stays good and stays interesting, like I could see this league popping off again. But
23 is creeping up soon, man.
When
are they going to start dropping like a lot of POE too?
The 5th, so 2 weeks from now, the day of the podcast, actually. So the Thursday's actually going to work out for once in the history of.
Very nice. Wait, you're not going to go on a trip, are you?
I know. I will be here. But yeah, so the 5th is when they're going to do the announcement stuff, and that's always really cool to tune into. And of course, they're going to do the cosmetics and stuff like that. So if you are available to watch Twitch, you can watch their live stream, or you can watch any one of the live streams that are, watching the live stream, and you get the stuff, which is cool. And then I saw this meme, and it kind of made me giggle. So POE trading experience prepared me for job search better than anything else. And he says, I wholeheartedly thank GGG for mentally preparing me for job search. I feel no pressure when messaging hundreds of employers and getting 0 replies because I already experienced this when I buy an Exalt. I'm immune to exorbitant demands because I converse with people who sell bubblegum items on an offer-only basis. POE molded me into price discovery mechanism, and I'm grateful for that. It's funny too, because like 3 posts down, there was one about dating apps. He's like, I can message thousands of girls and never get a message back. So yeah, I thought that was funny, good, because that's really what it's like. I mean, this is why I hate trade in Path of Exile. It's like, I
actually enjoyed trade when I played. I ended up getting caught up in the trade. Like I made trading its own little mini game, and I had a good time. I didn't know if I had more knowledge on items and values, then I easily could see myself just flipping stuff to make currency. Like you could just, snipe low value items and flip them. And I did that on the items that I bought. I'm like, I tried to get this item for XYZ price, and it took me a long time to get it. So if I see it below that, I know I could sell it for that. Right. And so I started flipping stuff and, making chump change currency by the big boy standards, but it made enough to pay for items that I needed. You know what I mean? So, But it did get annoying at times, because you had to wait for their website to update, and people would, like, if you put an item up and you started getting smashed with messages, you're like, oh, I undervalued that, like guaranteed. So,
Yeah, I mean, for me, the only reason I'd ever play trade is because like I want to make some crazy poison build that's just not possible in SSF, but SSF to me is just so much more fun, so much more rewarding, and like if I played trade, I'm bored of the league within like a week because I have everything I want.
Yeah, I think it probably, you could say a similar scenario to that to Diablo, right? If we play softcore Diablo, we know what to do, right? So to me, going hardcore now, if you would have asked me a couple of years ago would I play hardcore, I'd be absolutely
not.
I'm
the same boat, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm playing hardcore just for that extra risk, just for that extra little bit of
change,
just. And it's like, so I think your feelings about SSF are probably also tied to that, though. Your knowledge of the game is like, oh, I know so much about this. I know how I could get these items and how to make these things. I can play SSF. It's harder. It makes it a more exhilarating when I get it.
Totally.
Versus a new player, I think going into Trade League is like, I don't know how to get this, but I know I have this currency and I could buy it. So let me just do that. And then as you get more knowledge, I think you could probably blend over to the, all right, I'm an SSF boy now. So
agreed. And then eventually, I'm sure I'll get to the point where I'm like, oh, hardcore SSF is the only way to live.
Yeah.
But I just still die to random shit that I don't understand. And I don't know that's ever
kind of different. Like there's times when I would die in POE and I'm like, I don't know how I just died, if I'm being honest. But in Diablo, I pretty much know how I die. Like if I die in Diablo, I know. Yeah. Like, I go test hit me. Whatever. XYZ just smashed my face.
Totally.
So yeah, I'm with you on that.
And then kind of in other gaming news, this is just like a real quick tidbit, but I have heard through the grapevine that V Rising is now in closed beta. This is something we kind of showcased a while ago. It's kind of like a vampire themed ARPG, it seems like, and there's verticality to it, which I know you're.
Was that camera turning? They better not.
I think it was, unfortunately.
Oof.
But it also has stuff to do with like building your own fort and stuff like that. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So can we sign up on their website?
You can sign up on the website. There's also a streamer program that you could sign up for.
Nice.
A lot like Lost Ark did. So if you're interested in that, definitely sign up for beta, sign up for streamer, whatever you're into. We'll, of course, let you guys know when we know more, but they are officially entering beta, so that's good to hear. And then it's we got the Lost Ark. So we touched on last week, the Glavier was announced as the new class,
the new
which is the Lancer from Korea or Russia, depending on where you played. Actually, a really fun class. Is one of the classes I leveled to 50. Again, I don't know that I've ever played a class I didn't really like, other than I think Lance Master's kind of boring, and I think that I actually didn't like the Sorceress or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Sorceress is okay. I still think
dull.
Berserker is my favorite of all the classes I've played. Berserker's combos and timing of its cooldowns synergized so well. It just felt really good.
Their damage is OP.
Paladin sucked though. Like I'm sure people love it, but I hate it. I did not like it at all. So yeah, and then what was the demon? What was the demon hunter thing that you played?
Demonic.
I leveled one. Demonic. Yeah, Demonic was okay. I don't think it was better than Berserker either, personally.
Okay, I prefer it. And then New Continent, South Vern is coming. You just got to be 1340, which is T3 basically. So that's cool. And then they're gonna have progression events April 21st, June 30th. But with this is kind of some interesting stuff. So I'm curious your opinion here. So one thing they're doing is called the Fate and Power Pass. It's like to get, I don't know, I think it's like T2, 960. So you get to like T2. For some money,
for a couple bucks.
Yeah. Well, I would say if it's Lost Ark, it's probably like $20-$30, but
yeah, for lots of bucks. Sorry.
Yeah. And then they're doing something called the Express Mission event. So on your main, you can like do quests for your alts. This is one thing that's kind of bothering me about Lost Ark is it's very, 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 very alt focused. I just don't like games that are very, very alt focused. Always had a problem.
Yeah, but I kind of knew that going in, though.
Sure,
like that.
I don't know that we absolutely for sure knew that. Like we were kind of hopeful that things would get shaken up a bit for NA, but
they're saying the Power Pass is free. Chat's saying the Power Pass is free.
Is it?
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
I don't know. What about that Express Mission event though? So this is free content that your main can do to juice an alt. I'm okay with it. Like I think eventually, unless you have systems like Diablo's Creator Rift system, where it rotates, ultimately you're gonna get sick of the end game. Like you're only gonna have so much end game on a character, and then it's like, what are you doing? And especially in MMOs where they time gate everything, because that's how they limit your power progression. Otherwise, you'd have people finishing all the power in one day, or 2 days.
Right.
So I'm okay with the alt thing. I
but
get your
more.
point.
So there's more.
Okay.
So also store updates, and this is kind of the stuff I expected from Lost Ark. Like when, fucking top hats and
like who wants that? I personally would never buy that, but if somebody wants that shit, then that's fine. They can look like
it. Kind of bothers me, if I'm being honest. I don't like to see corny ass shit in a game that I like. I'm there. I could go on a rant about Santa hats all day. I don't want to see it. I just don't. And so this stuff
Santa hats are okay as long as they limit them to Christmas time. Make them poof when Christmas is over. That's okay.
Guess if you have to do it, that's the way. But I'd rather just never exist.
But Christmas exists.
But here's the thing
it's okay, Scrooge.
Controversial. So Lost Ark is basically doing what they're calling an Ark Pass, which sounds like a battle pass. Basically, with Ark Pass, players can complete missions to progress towards their Ark Pass levels. With each level you reach, you'll earn rewards. The regular Ark Pass is completely free and grants a variety of helpful rewards, such as honing materials, selection chests, pirate coins, and even a mount. In addition to the regular free Arc Pass, players can purchase 2 additional levels, premium and super premium.
They doubled down on the battle pass.
To add additional rewards to the rewards track.
Juice. Super premium. What the fuck? Don't make this a thing.
3,000 royal crystals. I think that's, I want to say that's like $25.
That's nutty, man. Listen, I am not a huge fan of the battle pass model in general. I just don't like it. I've bought battle passes. I bought a battle pass on Apex and I finished it out, and like, you know, I've done it, but I'm just not a huge fan of that model. But dude, super premium, like, come on,
super premium.
Stop.
And it's like, that's literally the best word choice you could come up with.
Ultimate
premium,
ultimate pass. Like, I don't even know, man.
Right.
Triple Arc Pass.
But yeah, along with that, a bunch of bug fixes and stuff that we'd come.
They could have like taken from Apple and called it the Arc Pass Pro.
Yeah. And then what is the big phone called?
Yeah, I don't even know. Plus.
It's called like a name that you would, because here's the thing. I just, like a person I know, I had the iPhone 13 Pro, and I was like, I had the 13 Pro, and I was kind of making jokes. It's like, because she had like the 12 or the 11, and I would like make jokes like, oh, we should take the photo with my phone because I have the 13 Pro, and so she got like the 13 Pro big one because she thought it, like, the name sounded like it was like better performing.
I think it's just Plus. It's
Pro
like
Max. Yeah, that's what it is. Pro Max. And so she's like, oh, Pro Max, like, that means it's like better than the Pro.
Even better.
But it's just like bigger.
So now she's got a fucking iPhone or a tablet.
iPad
she's got a fucking iPad in her purse. Yeah. Well, it's okay. Like, ladies have purses they can keep their phone in. And guys, we have to stick that shit in our pocket. Like, it won't.
Well, here's like, even like if you don't carry a purse as a woman, I can't, like, already their pockets are so tiny, and so you gotta get a giant ass phone, and it won't even like probably fit in like the butt pocket at that point.
Yeah. Just like, you're just tucking it in the waistband at that point,
or in the bra,
right? You know,
Yes.
like, your phone's gonna slip. Let me help you.
Yeah,
hold it.
But yeah, that was kind of it as far as ARPG news. And now is the part where I'm gonna just go ahead and fall asleep.
Okay.
Like you do for the Path of Exile stuff, because we're gonna talk about what's coming in WoW DragonFlight.
Yeah, you can put that top one on right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just the cinematic, but that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, man. So if you guys were sleeping because you don't play WoW, what's wrong with you? But no, they had an announcement. I guess it was Tuesday the 19th. Come on. Yeah. So they got Ian Hazakostas, I don't know if I said his name right, who's like, you know, the big dog at, I don't know his official title, but he's top of the food chain for World of Warcraft. They had a couple guys sit down at the table, and the other lady they introduced was in charge of Classic. So immediately, as soon as they introduced the board of people that were talking, you knew that Wrath of the Lich King was going to be announced.
Okay.
So they go into WoW, and they talked about the new expansion, which the cinematic's playing here. The lowdown is, they're adding a new race to WoW, dragon race. Draknir, I think, is what they're calling it. Yeah, so dragon race, you can be a dragon. And with that, you can be a new class. So they're adding a new hero class and a new race. And they're unique, exclusively tied to each other. So if you want to play the new class or the new race, you have to be the same class. So it's there's no other options or mismatched there. It's a male wearing caster class, which is unique at, in that most of they have a lot of leather, a lot of different things. So they actually talked about, adding a male class and making it a caster, so it's not melee. It can be a caster or a healer. I love to play healers, so I'm enticed. It'll be hard not to jump on the new class. So that's the thing. I think everybody that goes to the new expansion, we're just gonna have a whole bunch of Draknir running around.
Yeah.
Me personally, I was very disappointed with the aesthetic look of the new dragon. I think that it doesn't look cool. I think it looks pretty lame, personally. People can chime in and say if they agree or disagree on that, but I didn't think it looked cool. I hope that there's more customizable options to make it look just better. I don't know.
Okay.
What else? So that was the kind of the big thing. You're gonna eventually get a dragon. Like I think the start of the expansion, this is gonna be the first expansion where you can fly right out of the gates.
Okay.
You don't have to ride on your mount, which I think is really cool. They've revamped flying, so you can get your dragon mount, I guess, as soon as you go to the Dragon Isles. And the dragon mount has momentum into it, so you can dive down to gain momentum and like swoop upwards and other things, do barrel rolls. So it looks like they've added a little bit to flying, which is pretty cool because it's been static since TBC when flying originally came in. So, you know, what is that, 15 years or something? It's been the exact same. So that's kind of nice. They did a UI overhaul. They finally updated the UI, and they kind of stole a book out of Final Fantasy, I believe.
Okay.
Where you can customize your UI, place elements where you want them to be at, all this. If you still use add-ons like LVUI or whatever UIs you might possibly use, you can still use those. They're fine. But for the default experience, I think it's going to be a lot better. The probably coolest and biggest change to me personally is they're bringing back the talent tree system. In Mist of Pandaria, they ditched the talent tree system in favor of the current system where it's just like a talent row and you pick a skill off of the board. And they actually introduced it. There's going to be a class talent tree and then a spec talent tree. I don't know if that's named appropriately, but if you're a druid, you have druid talents, and then you also, let's say I'm a resto druid, then I'll have resto druid talents on
Have
top
there
of
not
that.
been
Different
talents
tree.
this whole time, or what?
Not like this, no, not a talent tree. So like you have a choice of like, you know, there's 5 different rows and 3 skills on each. So 15 choices, but it's not a talent point system. It's like pick one from the list, you know? Yeah, it is kind of lame. And people have been complaining about it for years. So they finally redid that. They said that this is a community sentiment that I agree with, and it's been going around for a while. A lot of our power in expansions is borrowed power. An example would be in BFA, the Azurite necklace, right? You're getting a lot of your character's power from an item that's not really your character. Or, you know, Legion, for example, the artifact weapon, or now in Mist of Shadowlands, your Covenant system, right? All these systems get left behind. In the next expansion, you don't have it anymore, and it's like, okay, so what's the new system that's going to give us juice? And I think that's a bad way to play. Your character power should come from your character, and I think that they recognize that. And this talent revamp, and I think class revamp, they're trying to go back to those roots of your character's class is powerful because of your character, not because we gave it some juice, you know, through this item or whatever. So that's pretty cool. I don't know, man. There's probably more that I'm missing at the quick overview.
I heard
but all in all,
there was some like you could play with like as a horde.
Yeah, so cross factions actually coming in now. That's not going to be the expansion. So 9.2.5, which is the next, you know, patch cycle they're going to hit. Right now, retail is currently on 9.2.
Okay.
So at 9.2.5, they're going to allow cross faction gameplay. That means, let's say you're an Alliance scumbag and I'm playing, you know, cool horde character. I can be like, yo, Fluff, I'll carry your scumbag through some Mythic Plus. Let's group up. So it won't matter. I think you can raid, from what I've read, you can raid, do Mythic Plus, and ranked Battlegrounds. Cross faction, doesn't matter anymore. But if you wanted to, I think like regular BGs and other things are still faction based. So pretty cool. That's it on the retail front.
Oh, then did they do something? The crafting, crafting's getting a bit.
Oh yeah, they did add crafting stuff. They made it to where you can have put in like a crafting work order system. So if you wanted to, let's say like, you know, I've mastered blacksmithing and I'm super juiced. You could say, hey, I need somebody to make this thing for me. Put in a work order request, and then I can fulfill that request. I'll say, okay, you know, you say, hey, I'll pay 500 gold to make this. And I'm like, okay, cool, I can do that. And I'll do it. And they didn't really give a lot of details on how it works, but basically they added like instead of having a spam trade chat, they put in a system where we can craft stuff. To me personally, yeah, that's the class.
These dragons look dumb as fuck.
Yeah, man, thank you. At least, like, look at that. Okay. So it's not just me that thinks that. Like, I personally am pretty disappointed with how the Drakthir look. I don't think they look very cool, man. And I guess they have a human form too. I don't know if that's like a thing.
I think that's what they're showing here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a thing where you get to choose like what form you're in, or if it's gonna be like you press an ability and then you're a dragon for a little while and then you go back to human. That'd be super lame too. So
I feel like
I don't know, man.
Ixar from EverQuest. But
Yeah, but see, like, look at that. Like, I don't. It's just
it doesn't look
that
good.
looks
Though.
it looks tiny and weak, and like I want this big, like strong looking. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That doesn't do it for me personally. But I'm excited for the expansion. I think there's more systems involved. Like if you want to, you should really watch the reveal trailer if you're into WoW at all, and see if you're into it. And then they announced Wrath of the Lich King. Of course, we knew that. Like
Same old stuff.
We already knew that's going to happen. They took out the looking for group finder and Ella because they say that was kind of the start of
the end
of the communities. Like it kind of what drove the divide and the community aspect away from the game. And so they took that out. I personally am okay with it because I have a nice group of people I play with, so it won't affect me. But I could see casual players being pretty upset about it. Sure. And I think there are some that are like, yo, man, I mean,
just play retail. Like, why are you?
Yeah, that's the other comment, So,
I don't know.
So we'll see how that plays out. But all in all, we know what Lich King is. It's going to be fun. It's going to be it was probably the pinnacle.
It was fun back then, but like just replaying an old game, I still don't understand the appeal. Really
Would you replay Harvest League?
No.
Would you replay whatever the league after Harvest?
Here's the thing: is like if Path of Exile was still in this exact same state as it then, like so say it's past Ritual, right? And someone's like, "Do you want to go play Ritual League again?" Well, yeah, because the game's like not as good as it was. But now, like the game's like there's so many new systems.
Not as good as it was.
No, there's so many new systems that are like.
Yeah, but it's not as good as it was, though. That's the thing.
No, it's still like it's always improving. It's always getting better. Like if you I can't even imagine Ritual with the Atlas skill tree would have been like nuts.
No. But no, I'm saying WoW. I'm saying WoW isn't as good as it used to be.
Yeah, but like how can you go back? I just don't understand. You already played it. Like for me, I played like Wrath of the Lich King was the only thing I played. I have zero fucking desire to ever go back and do exactly what I already did. Why?
Different class. It's fun. It's just nostalgic. I don't know, man. I've had so much fun in TBC since they dropped TBC Classic. Like it's been baller, dude.
Okay.
The stuff that I didn't get to do back then, playing new class, like just, reliving. I don't know. I understand your point, but it's fun though. I don't know. It is.
Okay. I believe you. I'm excited for you because like this is your shit, and Wrath of the Lich King was, probably the best one.
It was the pinnacle of WoW. In my opinion, I think it was probably the best. I think BC was my favorite, but Wrath is very, very good. So we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of it on the WoW front. I mean, like I said, if you want more juice, you should go back and watch the trailer. But I'm excited for it. I think the retail expansion looks promising. The skill tree thing, the revamp looks really promising. I think it could be. It could be a good expansion. So,
yeah. Okay. So, Fluff hates. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. So I have a lot. I have a lot of Fluff hates today. Okay. So for starters, Halo is announced their season 2, which is whatever.
I saw some of this. I got to see some preview of this a couple weeks ago.
There's new maps, which is like they look good. I'm like that's great. Obviously,
new maps don't excite me that much.
Right. Halo Infinite is just not. I mean, it died instantly, and I don't even understand. Like, it's just like it seems like they're going backwards. Halo 5 was better in this game, anyways. But they're doing something. Like, I guess is their like attempt at a BR. So it's Last Spartan Standing, and it's a free for all 12-person. And you spawn in like one of the big team battle maps, and then when you die forever.
Does their engine can handle more than 12 people?
Right?
Maybe. I don't. Okay.
Like what a fucking.
So you're gonna have somebody hiding the whole game, right? Then, like, if you're not finding loot and you're not getting loot,
what's the incentive to be out in the open?
What's the incentive to not hide in the corner until the end of the match? And it has a circle even too. That looks like ass too, though.
Yeah, doesn't look good.
Man, you think this was something like we need to BR now? Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what we can get in by season 2.
Yeah. It's like an afterthought for sure.
It definitely wasn't intended.
So looks like shit.
That
Probably not gonna
sucks,
play
man.
it. Yeah.
I mean, it could
What a
be
waste.
fun, you
What a
know. Got to
waste.
play it at least and see if you like it before we completely trash it. But it didn't look good in that trailer, that's for sure.
And
Love you,
then
Microsoft.
kind of like nothing else associated with videos, but
What
so
else
yeah,
do you
I made a social post today on Instagram, and it was kind of like talking about how, like, I think we talked about this last week. I'll just pull up the post. I don't even know why. It was such a random thought, but it's like I posted a picture of like me and my exes, right? Because like I've had 3 6-year relationships in my life, and so I made this post.
Look at that. Look at
right,
that.
right. I had a hookah shell necklace there, and looking pretty
Oh
good.
man, I have pictures of me in a PChild too. I get it.
Yeah.
Aviators.
And so I made this post about like, you know, like I over the past couple of years, and this is true. Like I've noticed that people like hold on to their past relationships like as baggage instead of like lessons. And so, like, you know, it's easy to walk away from past relationships. I'll just read it, right? It's easy to walk away from past relationships that hate or angst and such, but we should value those lessons, gain understanding of those experiences, appreciate what they showed you about what you do and don't want in a companion, and wish to improve about yourself. And so I posted this, and like it kind of blew up a bit. I mean, for me, 'cause I'm like a nobody on social media, and I had like legit like a dozen people reach out to me like, "Are you okay?" And it's like, what do you mean? Like, am I okay? And it's like,
It's cool. They care about you, man.
Well, I mean, it's
know?
great. Like, I appreciate that. And I said that to them. I was like, yeah. But I think it's interesting because it's such social taboo to post about your exes on like any social media platform. And so immediately people are like, oh my God, like,
You're still thinking about them a lot. That's okay.
Okay. Each one of them? Really?
Maybe. I don't know. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Do you need to talk to somebody?
I just think it's
listen,
funny.
Fluff, if you ever need to talk about it, you can call me. Okay.
I appreciate it. But it was just, to me, it was like a fleeting thought. And I was like, I'll share this.
I'm with you, though. No, I'm giving you shit. But yeah, I get it. I personally, I mean, my exes were so long ago that it doesn't, you know, it's not even relevant. Like my stage in life then was like I was a baby, you know, comparatively. So I can't really say if I would or wouldn't dwell on it or think about it or whatever, right? But
I'm not. Okay.
I don't think it's taboo to talk about it.
I'm not dwelling on anything. I wanted to share a thought that I had because, you know, maybe one of the like what 6,000 followers I have on Instagram, like it might help somebody to be like, you know what, I need to stop thinking about my exes as like these negative experiences and like building up walls because like they hurt me or whatever. Like everyone does that, and it's just something I've noticed. Like with, I mean, I would say like 95% of the people I've met over the last 2 years, it's like they're hanging on to something in a really negative way.
Yeah, and like the love was real, right? Like you don't, just because you aren't with them now doesn't mean you didn't love them at the time. And the experiences you had at the time were still real too, right?
Yeah.
So the good times were still good times, man. It doesn't just because you're not with them doesn't mean all your good times are now shit. Like no, you happened. It was real times. Like
right.
You know.
But it's not just that. It's like walking away with like the lesson of like people shouldn't treat their exes like this fucking negative thing. It's like you learned a lot.
Unless they're really negative,
like you got hurt, whatever. But I also think like being hurt is like a very normal part of the human experience, and like you shouldn't be afraid to get hurt. Like that's like a very normal thing. Like you should embrace that. So, anyways, I just was like, whoa, I didn't expect all this. Like, you know, people freak out when you post about your exes.
Are you okay?
Yeah. And then another thing. So I got this fucking Apple Watch. Okay. And so I had a Fitbit before.
Okay.
And Fitbit, you could like start a competition with someone. So you could be like, oh, like I'm going to do more rowing this week, or I'm going to burn more calories this week, or I'm going to take more steps this week. Right. And so there's one thing with the Apple Watch. It's called like a challenge. So I've you know, I got this thing like 2 weeks ago, and I do like I can set goals for myself, and it's like the ring system, and it's like I do like that. But there's the competitions fucking suck. So like I set my goals like really high because they're goals, right? So my goals like I need to work out at least an hour every day. I need to burn at least 1,200 calories per day. I need to be standing for 12 hours at least. And those are my goals, because that's like really hard for me, because like I have a sedentary job just like you, and like we're in the fucking desk, 8 hours a day minimum, and then plus we're gamers, so it's like
yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, we gotta get the fuck up. And so
I look at my Apple Watch sometimes. I don't even wear it anymore since I went work from home. I stopped putting it on.
Really?
But I used to look at it and it'd be like, yo, you stood up like 2 hours today. Good job, man. And I'm thinking, shit, I got to do something. I'm with you.
And so I joined a competition. So the competition, you get points, right? And there's a daily cap of 600 points per day. And at the end of the week, whoever has the most points wins. Sounds great. But it's all fucked, because my goals are really, really high, because like they're goals, right? And the people I'm competing against, like their workout goal is like 30 minutes. Their calorie burn is like 600 calories. Their time stands like, 6 hours or whatever. And because they're always meeting those goals, because they're not even like really challenging themselves, they get like 600 points every day. And I'm getting no points. It sounds like your
problem's not with the watch, it's with your friends.
No, the problem is with like how competitions work. Competitions are stupid. And then, so I was like, that can't be how it works. Because I would like I've been doing 2 days for 2 weeks now, like crazy hard. And so I'm doing like, I burn like a minimum 750 calories doing CrossFit. I burn like a minimum of like 350 calories doing like my morning cardio. And so I'm just like crushing it. And I'm barely getting like 400 points because my goals are so high. So it's only in relation to your goals. So all I have to do every day, if I want to win, is I just turn my goals down, immediately get 600 points, and then turn them right back up. It's so stupid. It's so dumb.
So you found a way to cheat the system already.
Yeah. And it's just like, what's the point? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like it.
I don't know. I haven't done a challenge in a long time. I know when I first got my watch, my buddy had one, and we did I don't know if they called it a challenge, but there was like a competition where it could be, compete against your friend to see who took the most steps in the day or something. And so we did that. My brother had one, and it was like, the one day he's like, you want to do a competition? I'm like, yeah. And then I checked the next day and he crushed me. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You took like 20,000 steps yesterday. He's like, yeah, I went hiking for like 12 hours.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, good job. Like you won that time. Like I'm not going hiking today. So congrats. But no, it's cool. I don't know. Hopefully they'll fix it. Give them some feedback, man.
They need to do something, because it sucks.
Did Fitbit have a better challenge system?
Yes, for sure. And Fitbit like could do like maybe a 50th of what an Apple Watch could do. So I was just surprised, I guess.
Yeah.
And then lastly, so like, yeah, I had some, like, I think I mentioned it to you, like I had some hand pain for the season start, but the shitty thing I've experienced this last week is I'm getting it in the other fucking arm now.
The shaky and weakness and shit? Oh, damn, dude. You have to go back-to-back surgeries?
Dude, that would fucking blow.
I hope not. Yeah, you were losing it a little bit in the season start. You're like, I got to take a break for a little while. Yep. I'm like, all right, let's, So it sucks, man.
Surgery on both sides. I'm be fucking pissed.
So I'm gonna give a hates today.
Okay.
I went last Friday. Was it Friday? Maybe it was Saturday. Last Saturday, I went down to my theater room. My youngest daughter and I have been watching Halo together.
Okay.
She likes Halo. She's hooked on it. It's just really weird because I thought my youngest son, who played the Halo games, would be into it. He's like, I don't want to watch it with you. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll watch it by myself. Youngest daughter's like, I'll watch it with you. I'm like, okay, cool. So we go down, we watch it together. She's into it. She likes it. She gets it. Totally cool. Can have conversations with her about it, and loved it. So we go down Saturday to watch that week's episode. And I go and I sit in the chair, turn the TV on. TV comes on. I hit the button to do the things to make everything set up.
Yeah.
Surround sound receiver is on, but no videos coming out. I'm like, what the hell? Had this problem happen before, unfortunately. So I click inputs to something else that I know works. I have an Xbox down there. I turn it on and flip it. Nothing. I'm like, damn it. So this is the second receiver I've had die. Both Onkyo brand. Onkyo makes good product. I don't think they're bad. I don't know if you've heard of them or not, but these are like $1,000 receivers. They're not cheapos, I bought one in 2012 or 13. It lasted 3 years and died. Same problem. Video output failed. did some research at the time. They're like, yeah, that model has a shitty HDMI circuit board, whatever. You know, I'm like, that sucks. All right, do some more research. Okay, here's their latest, greatest new board. I buy that $1,000 later. Had this one like 4 years and it dies too. I have a Sony sitting in the living room I've had for 22 years. The problem is it's like 5.1, can't pass, anything but 1080p or whatever. So it's just old, right? But that thing's still rocking and rolling. Okay. And 2 Onkyos have died, and every 3 or 4 years I got to replace $1,000 surround receiver.
Jesus.
Like, come on, man. I don't know. I'm annoyed by it.
Sure.
So I reached out to Onkyo and kind of told him the deal, and I'm like, hey, like, I get it's out of warranty, but like, I have the receipts. I actually still have the receivers. Is there any kind of deal I could ship these back and just get this one serviced at just cheap or something? And they're basically like, get fucked. Really? I'm like, okay, guess I'm not buying your shit anymore. So I just switched brand. I bought a new one. It's here. I just got to go hook it up.
Yeah.
Just bought just switched to Yamaha brand, I guess. But that's my hates.
Okay.
It's just, unfortunate, man, because it did everything I wanted. It just died. And it's like, why am I going to keep buying your shit if you're not going to, live by it, and 2 of them are going to die?
Right.
So,
have you
either I'm really unlucky or what?
Been watching the challenge? All-Stars?
Is there a new one? No, the All-Stars one? No, I haven't. Is it?
So there's 1 and 2. There's 2 seasons, right? And like, they're okay, but there's a new one that's coming out in May. This is Challenge All-Stars 3, and the guy lineup they have is pretty impressive.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm down. I'm interested. Like, I love the challenge.
Yeah.
So,
but the girl, I don't understand the girl lineup for every single challenge All-Stars. It's just been like, I don't know, man. If you know you're gonna go on the challenge, like, why are you showing up like in terrible shape? I just don't understand some of the people that go on this thing. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess some people are just there to like be on TV and not win, but it just triggers me. It's just like, it goes back to like the baseball players that are overweight. It's like, well, you're getting paid a ton of money. Like, just be in shape. But whatever. You're going to be a better athlete if you're in good shape, period.
Helps them crush the ball, right? Of course.
If they had a jacked torso, I'm sure it would be even better.
Right. Maybe they're trying to hide all the steroid use, like hiding all that muscle behind some fat. No, I'm just overweight, But yeah, no, that's my hates. It's frustrating to me to have. I hate when like my equipment just died randomly, and it's like I was ready, like we were ready to go watch it. We had our blankets, had our snacks, and like, all right, excited, and it's just like, nope, not happening. So
that sucks.
That's pretty much it. Outriders has a new expansion. Okay. I haven't watched the trailer. We'll hit that up. Why don't we do that for the next pod? Yeah. I'll research that, but that could be cool. So if you guys play, I know a lot of my community played Outriders with me when it dropped. Some of your guys might have.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to check out and see what they're doing. I know it's a full-fledged expansion. Like, you can, it's not going to be just like added content. I think it's the whole thing. So should be interesting. Let's get into some Twitter questions.
Do it.
If you guys want to submit questions to the podcast, you can tweet at ThaPChild, at Lord__Fluffy, or you can join our Discord channels. We each have an Ask New Meta section in there. You can drop your questions in there. First question comes from Moon. He says, biggest pet peeve gaming / non-gaming related. So I guess 2. We'll do 2.
I think Lost Ark showed me that I have such little patience for playing people that are bad. Like, just genuinely bad. Like, if you played a game before, bad. Non-gaming related, I have so many like pet peeves. It's not even funny. Probably the worst ones are like social pet peeves of like, there's just so many people out there that when you talk to them, like no one's really home. They're just kind of waiting for their turn to talk about themselves. It's just like, oh my God.
That's one of my pet peeves. When you're having a conversation and you can tell the person that you're talking to is just thinking about what they want to say next, not actually what you're saying. Yeah, right. I'm with you. Biggest gaming pet peeve. Over monetization.
Okay.
Easily. Yeah.
So the premium super duper pass?
Yeah. And like Lost Ark is kind of hitting it with their super ultra gaming mega arc pass. So like, I don't know, man. I want these companies to make money, but I feel if your game's good, you're going to make money. You know, like you don't need to get super greedy. But yeah, over monetization. Like I'm all for companies getting money. I think they should get paid. But yeah. And then non-gaming related. Whew. Like Fluff, I have a lot of pet peeves. I will say a pet peeve of mine is not being on time. I am always on time.
A good one.
Historically, I'm pretty always on time. Like I'm sure I have a moment or two where I'm late, but if I say I'm going to call you, I call you. If I say I'm going to be at your house at a certain time, I'm there at a certain time, or at least I tell you if I'm going to be late. People that no call, no show are like just hours late or what? I don't know, man. Just be on time. That's it. So,
I'm with you. Flakiness.
Odin, Infernal Odin says, will Fluff play hardcore again next D3 season?
Yeah. Listen,
that was a pretty confident. Yeah, I'm surprised.
I've never had any issue until this season. So we'll be back. I just, maybe got a little rusty. Maybe I just need to play the game the day before or something a little bit. Who knows? Or just not get hosted. It's like turn off notifications.
Yeah. Or listen to PChild when he says, let's turn the torment down a little bit.
No.
Yeah.
If anything, never listen to PChild.
That would have probably netted us. If you would have listened to me and turned the torment down right then, you would have hit 70.
We all would have hit 70. It's fucking hardcore. You can't just turn it down.
You leave the game, sir.
Yeah, but we were in the middle of a fucking rift.
Yeah, but we were getting fucked up on hardcore. Okay. I digress. Dirty Nap says, what is your best cooking hack?
Cooking hack?
Yeah, you got any cooking hacks or secrets? I got a cooking pet peeve. Have you ever seen somebody crack an egg and put the eggshell back in the carton?
Oh, I do that every time.
And you put it back in the fridge?
No, I just put it there.
Yeah, but then you throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're putting egg juice back in the carton. Like, don't do that shit. So my cooking hack for that is if I have a dirty bowl or cup or something like that, I will throw the eggshell in that. Then I can take that to the trash can and throw it away and then rinse the bowl out. I don't know if that's a great cooking hack. It just came to mind. My wife used to stick the eggs shells in the carton and I'm like, no, what are you doing? Like, absolutely not. Stop. Like, just put it on the counter and we can wipe the counter off or something. I don't know, man.
I don't know if I have any good ones right now. I used to I get this pizza place called Northern Lights in Kansas City. If you live in Kansas City, you should try it. And they always give you like that I think it's like the same shit you get Papa John's, where it's like that garlic sauce. Yeah. And I never use that ever.
It's good though. It's like pure fat, but it's good.
Yeah. And so I would save that and I would actually use it to saute mushrooms in, or I would put it on like a thin layer, but on toast and make garlic toast in the oven or something like that.
Okay. Nice.
And just want to throw them away and waste them. So.
Yep. I also use aluminum foil on a lot of stuff. Put aluminum foil on your pizza pan when you cook a pizza, and then you can literally just take the foil and throw it away, and the pizza pan's not all effed up. So
yeah, one of the things I do is, so when you say you make bacon, which I'm sure you do,
lots of bacon,
and I don't have a coffee tin because I do make espresso. So a lot of people dump their grease in a tin and then they'll throw the tin out. But what I put a little bit of tin foil in the sink in the hole. And then I just pour it into the sink hole, and then I just let it solidify, and I throw it away.
Nice. That works, I guess.
Yeah. You don't want to pour that shit down the sink as a home.
Definitely don't pour it on the sink. No. Yeah. I usually, I'll usually just pour it straight out of that into. We have a container that we'll put it in. We keep an old pickle jar or old something. You know what I mean? And just pour it in there. Yaga says, what is one thing you wish you could experience over again for the first time?
Ooh.
Doesn't say gaming, so I guess we're open to anything.
Man. For the first time. Honestly, I kind of wish my first time ever experiencing Lost Ark would have been NA.
Yeah. True. I can agree with that. I don't know if I'd pick that for my thing, but that's definitely on the list though.
I'd probably be like obese right now because I'd be playing so hard. I don't know, man.
It's kind of crazy. Like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I'm just thinking about moments that were super awesome. And like to me, and it could have just been the time frame, right? But when Lord of the Rings came out in the theater, me and a bunch of buddies went to the midnight show and saw it. And like that entire experience that night for Fellowship was so fucking cool, man. We had like people in the audience this dude dressed up as Gandalf, and like it was a legit like crazy costume. We had, waited in line for, this is before you had assigned seating. So
Sure.
we waited in line for hours, like 6 hours or some shit, just to make sure we got prime seats. And like, I don't know, man, it was for a midnight show. Like it was really cool. It was really, really cool. So,
I know we could do IRL stuff. I thought it was just gaming.
yeah, it could be gaming too. If for gaming,
I'd motorbike across Vietnam again for sure. For sure.
that'd be your experience over again.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Yeah, for gaming stuff, geez, I don't even know. I'm not sure. What game actually blew you away the first? Final Fantasy VII was, to me, like, because it was so early, it was so old. Like I didn't realize games could be that good.
Yeah.
Like, that was probably, I mean, I've been addicted to like Zelda and other games, but that was the first game where I was just like, I'm not going to sleep tonight, man. I'm staying up till the sun comes up, grinding this shit. Like, I want to know what happens. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Technical Fold says, what's the best smell in the world?
Like, what are we talking about, though? It could be like food. It could be
Best smell in the world.
Pizza.
You think pizza's the best smell in the world?
Man, I love pizza. It's ridiculous.
I like pizza a lot too.
No, you don't. You like fucking that shitty St. Louis style pizza. That's not pizza.
That's pizza, dude. That is the pizza. It's better than that Chicago shit. Oof.
Yeah, well, there's other types besides Chicago deep crust and Emo's like I don't even know, chemical paper thin cracker crust. I don't even know what that is. Ugh.
It still smells delicious.
And it's like powdered cheese as well.
You ate some. I actually bought you some when you came up.
Yeah, because it's pizza.
How was it?
But I'd rather
you killed like half the pie, dude. You love that shit. You love that shit.
No.
You're like, I'm just gonna get one more piece, like 7 times. I don't know, man. I'm really drawn to orange flavors.
Okay.
Like mango and orange stuff. So I like the smell of oranges. I like orange flavored things. Okay. Mango, oranges, anything like that. So I guess I'll go there. If we're talking about smells, this is so stupid that I know the name of this. But when I first met my wife, she had Britney Spears Fantasy perfume is the name of it.
Uh-oh.
It's an actual thing.
Okay.
Go smell that shit. It is absolutely amazing. And to this day, it's still my favorite fragrance.
Wow.
Like perfume ever. So she tries to get other stuff and I'm like, no, use that one. Use the one I like. So go smell it. If you ever go to a department store, they'll still have it on the shelf. It's like 15 years, 20 years old now. You're just like, hey, you got any fantasy? And they'll be like, yeah. And you can smell it.
Britney Spears
it's amazing.
Fantasy.
It's amazing.
There it is.
There it is. And last question we had for the day was the bearded adult says, when did you realize the person you were dating was an idiot?
Was an idiot?
That's what it says. That's putting words in our mouth, right? If we even answered the question. I don't think my wife's an idiot, and we're still dating. So I can go back a relationship, I guess, and realize that person was an idiot. Okay, I got one. I got something I could say. So, what, are you still thinking when we go on mine, or do you have something?
Yeah, go with yours.
Okay. So this is a long time ago now for me. You gotta realize I've been with my wife and I have been together for damn near 20 years. I was driving around and I had my girlfriend at the time in the car, and I don't even remember what, but it was like in the Fast and the Furious days, right? This was like 2000. So you'd have a lot of import cars that were like with loud mufflers and shit, which you still kind of have now. But this car goes by and it's really loud. And I said, "Oh, that's a cool looking rice burner." And she's like, "Why is it called a rice burner? Does it actually run on rice?" She legitimately asked me if the car ran on rice, and that's why people called them rice burners.
Wow.
If only. That's kind of when I knew. I was like, "You are pretty stupid." So.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, like, just like the little, I guess, like disagreements you can have sometimes that like you just can't wrap your head around. Like, even to date, one of the biggest arguments Lindsay and I ever had was she put in the schedule, like, be at the wedding at like 5:41 or something like that. I was like, that was oddly specific time for a wedding.
What schedule? You have a schedule?
Well, she would, like, if she had like a big thing, she would like send me a calendar invite.
Oh, okay.
I could put it on my calendar because I'm a big calendar person. And so I'm like, okay, that's a really strange wedding time. You know, like that. That's obviously like, that's probably like when she wants me to be there. That can't be like when the wedding actually starts. It's like ridiculous. 5:41. Like, what the hell? And so I send her a text that says, "Hey, I was just looking at your calendar invite because I was like, I was going to record this wedding as like a wedding gift, and they didn't know about it, but I was going to video it because like they didn't even hire like a photographer." I'm like, this is crazy to me. Like, this is your wedding. And so as a favor, I was going to like, video this wedding. And so I sent her a text. It says, "Hey, look at the calendar invite. I see it's for 5:41. That seems like a really fucking weird time for a wedding. Like, that's just the time you want me to be there, right?" And she reads the text because we had the red receipts on, right?
Yeah.
Reads the text, doesn't reply. I'm like, okay, it's her best friend's wedding day. She's super busy. If she read that and was like, "Oh God, he's gonna come at the wrong time," she would have let me know, right? Like, because she read it. But the fact that she read it and was like, "Oh, no big deal," I'm just too busy to reply. Like, I get it. We're kosher. So I show up, 5:41, and I see like the bride walking down the aisle, like as I'm driving out, because it's like an outdoor wedding. I'm just like, fuck, like, holy fuck, this sucks. That's crazy. And so I walk in and like she's giving me the eye, which I get it because
you got the fucking eye, not the like.
Which I get because I was gonna video this thing for them, and it's her best friend's wedding. I just missed it, so it's like it's not a great position to be in. And so immediately, not too long after, she's like, "Where the fuck were you?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, the calendar said like 5:41. Like, what kind of a fucking wedding starts at like 5:41?" And she's like, "Well, I sent you a calendar invite like for the time of the fucking wedding." I was like, "Yeah, but it just seemed like a really weird time." So I sent you that text and you read the text and like you didn't reply. So I was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm reading this loud and clear. Like, starts at 6 or whatever." But yeah, it was 5. I mean, yeah, to this date, I don't know that we ever would have seen eye to eye on that issue, and like how many different things of miscommunication happened in that whole path. But I mean, at the end of the day, I would have
sent the time that you needed to be there, not the time the wedding started.
See, and I disagree. I would have sent. I think she did the right thing by sending me the actual wedding time. But when I read it, it's like 5:41. I was like, that seems really fucking weird. And so like in my head, it's like, well, she should have just replied to the text instead of like, because me the red receipt. If I send my wife
an invite for an event, I'm sending it at the time I want her to be there. So I'm like, we're going out to whatever. I was like, if the movie starts at 7. And I want to be there at 6:40. I'm going to be like, movies at 6:40. Boom.
Yeah.
You're not late.
And I would do that for sure. But like a calendar invite should be like 6 o'clock is when the thing starts. And so and it was. And she was right. She made the calendar event, right? Like, she was totally in the right there. And I just assumed it was like a really fucking weird thing. Because like, we didn't think the same. We weren't always super on the same page there, so it's like, oh, she must mean like she wants me to be there by 5:41.
So that's when you realized she was an idiot, though?
No, I'm just like giving an example of like, because that's all I have. I can't think of a time. Like I might have dated a girl forever ago, like 20 years ago, where like, I mean, it's just total fucking dits. I don't know that I have a good example, but it seemed like every single time someone made a joke, she didn't get it. But she was like really pretty. And it was like kind of before, like, I don't know. I could deal with my superficial behavior.
You're past the superficial behavior?
Not entirely. I'm going to be honest with you.
There's the truth, boys. It finally comes out. All right. Well, that's it for episode 177. We learned that Fluff is okay. Don't trip out on his media posts.
Here we go.
Fluff 6 has learned his ways. He's not as superficial as he used to be. Fluff 4, pretty superficial. Fluff 6, he's good.
Yeah.
So, no. We'll catch you guys not next week, but the week after that for episode 178.
178. See you, boys. Peace.